What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 18th of June, and here we are with about 7 hours left in the day. $30.49 is the price. The daily RSI is looking a little bit weak, and it's looking like it does want to make some headway down to the oversold area. At this point in time, I think it's inevitable. We did find support here. We did maintain our higher low structure with the RSI, and unfortunately this time I think we will break through and we will see the oversold area, which implies, yes, lower prices, lower lows. Typically with corrective phases, of which, if this is a move up, when you correct, you see 1, 2, 3 moves to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did have, this could be the beginning of that third move there. Absolutely, I'm expecting that Toshi will see new all-time highs still. We just have the timing wrong, and that's okay. Timing is not the easiest thing to get, man. Sometimes it's great whenever you get timing on point. That's a very good feeling. But oftentimes timing is really the hardest thing to get. Inevitably, regardless of the timing, I very much do believe that Toshi will see new all-time highs. Sometime in July, we're looking for 0045 to 01, something like that. 1 cent to 0045 cents, or dollars actually. And if it's not in July, who knows, guys? Maybe this run, because May through June has just been so boring, if we don't get this end of month rally, maybe this run does continue into August instead of July. We're going to push it back even further. And yes, that's what happens, right? People are always amazed. I don't understand why people are amazed. Why, if the price is here at the end of May, and we're calling for prices to be here at the end of June, but then, right, like your next move would be like this. But then we're all the way over here by the end of June, or even lower. We're at the same prices, right, by the end of June. And then you call for the exact same move to happen, and it would make sense for it to go into August instead of July. People are always amazed by that. It's like, well, I'm not the one that makes the rules, man. If it doesn't take off, it takes as long as it takes to consolidate. And then whenever it wants to move up, it will move up. But the timing for it to move up, it would make sense that it takes you probably have about a few weeks of upside, if not even like a month of upside. It won't move up all at once, right? You'll see movements that are like this, oh, come on now, like this. I don't know why it wouldn't draw. Like this, and then you'll pull back, and then movements like this, and then you'll pull back, and then movements like this, and that, just from here to there, that would take about a little bit over a month, right? It's probably not just going to be one fell swoop to the upside. There will be moments where it is one fell swoop to the upside, but you'll consolidate back test areas for prior support as resistance, prior resistance as resistance, all that kind of stuff, right? From here, though, getting back on track, talking about going lower, where are we going to go? From a low to a high. We've danced with the 382, kind of an unorthodox dance that we're doing here. 382 to the 236. Didn't even get to the 236, but we did find resistance right here at prior support. Oh, a little bit lower. Right there at prior support. Resistance there. We're back down here. Not a lot of volume coming in to save the day. Looking like we do want to go lower. At least to 30447. That would be where I expect we go. If not there, it's possible we go all the way down to 3037, but I'll tell you why I don't think that's going to happen. We have prior resistance here that we could find support at. We have prior resistance here that we could find support at. Prior resistance there that we will likely find support at as well. And then here on the low ends even, prior support right here, right above the 0.5, just below this low here. We take a low to high here. I wonder. Nope. 1272 is just below there. Maybe you go just below the 0.5. 0043, 00447, somewhere in that range there. You're at 00048 right now. Not 00, sorry. Add an extra 0 to those last numbers that I just said. Something like that should get you into the oversold zone with the RSI. Once you're in the oversold zone, we're looking for an immaculate reaction. We're looking for a rejection, something that takes you right back up to these areas. Maybe you consolidate, you find a higher low or even a double bottom, and then you begin to move higher, right? Something like that. This will take time. The way that I have it drawn, it could be by the end of the month that you're still just consolidating. If we get an end of month rally, maybe this reaction is a little bit more positive than I'm giving it credit for, and we'll be back at these highs and above by the end of the month. But it's certainly looking like we are not going to be at new all-time highs by the end of the month, or even prices that are above 309 by the end of the month, at least not right now, unfortunately. I had hopes that Bitcoin would find support here, that we'd start moving up, but I did make a video recently, and I was talking about this hour here, the 16th hour. We have 8 minutes left. We were hopefully going to close this hour. I guess we still have time. In all fairness, we still do have time. If we can close this hour with bullish momentum building, that would be good. But if it's decaying like this, we're just below that level. We have to move up like $60. So I guess 8 minutes left. We could definitely move up. And now it's $30. There's still hope. There is still hope, and I might be setting myself up to be wrong here. I mean, you are kind of like a double bottom area for Toshi. Let's look at this. Let's look at the short term stuff maybe before we carry on too much. Okay. I still think we're going lower though. 15-minute time frame. RSI looks bearish. Would suggest that we're going lower. Absolutely, I think so. 1 hour time frame. The RSI looks bearish. You're getting overbought here. Double top. Now you're deep into the oversold zone, deeper than you got overbought. Rejecting the 50. You can't get above it. You've got all the reasons to do it. You found support at the oversold zone. You went up there. You just nothing though. Nothing. Nothing happened. You just found resistance at prior support back here. And now you're going lower. You have a lower close on the 1 hour, and you're consolidating at this area. It suggests that we go lower, absolutely. In the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour RSI reminds me of the daily RSI. It's like it's destined to get into that oversold zone. You've whittled away your uptrend on the 4 hour time frame, right? You had this little higher low uptrend in the RSI, and you've broken through that. Rejecting the 40, not a good way to be. Absolutely, I would take this as an implication as going to the oversold zone. So I think for that, or with that, it confirms my theory that we will see prices somewhere around 3042 to 3045, somewhere in that area, finding support instead of right at the tip. This was a nice bit of support. We had a good reaction. We just didn't follow through, unfortunately, you guys. Crypto and the world had different minds, or different plans. Instead of finding direct support at this tip, we'll probably find support at the daily closing high right here, prior areas of resistance here, something like that, a little bit lower. That's probably what we're going to do. And then hopefully this drop happens sooner than later and we do get an end of month rally. If not, we might get an end of month dump and then continue to rally, or maybe even an end of month consolidation and then continue to rally going into July. Yeah, something like that. We are expecting July to be a good month. I think that things are very primed for July to be a good month. Unfortunately, the end of June just wasn't, or is seeming like it's not going to be what we were expecting it to be all the way back in the beginning of June, right? We had high hopes in the beginning of June, and we were looking good at first, but this past week has really been a detriment to that idea. So I got nothing else for you guys. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Crypto, we are still in a bull market. We are yet to see our altcoin market. The Bitcoin dominance, the others chart, has yet to see new all-time highs. The Bitcoin dominance has yet to top off and drop, right? All these things that bring about very bullish circumstances for altcoins. We look at the ETH Bitcoin pair here. There's been a double bottom, a certified double bottom here in the ETH Bitcoin pair. It's just a matter of time before we do see alt season begin. It's just taking a little bit longer than anticipated, and that's the truth of it, you guys. So you got to hold out. You got to hold out. That was the main message that I made in my my last video last night. Was just we got to hold out. You know, these are moments right now where you're being tested, and if you sell, you're failing the test. This is definitely not the time to sell. You buy low and you sell high. You don't buy high and sell low, or buy low and then sell low. You know what I mean? Relatively speaking, this is low. You hold the low, you buy the dip, and you wait for the rip, and then you sell the tip. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.